All right, let's write some equations of lines. Here's the first one. To write an equation of a line that passes through 2 points, there are a few options. I'm going to do the most common option, and we can talk about some more in class. But the first thing we need to find is the slope. And in fact, whenever you're asked to write an equation for a line, the two things you should think about is I need a slope and a point. So to find the slope here, I'm going to use the formula, and so the slope would be 1 minus -1 over 4 minus 8. So that's 2 over -4, which equals -1/2. And so now in that y equals mx plus b form, I know m, the slope, is -1/2. The thing I need to find now, though, is b. And in order to find b, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the points on the line. It does not matter which one. I usually pick the one that looks easiest to me. That one has no negatives, so I'll go with that. And the key thing I know is that if a point is on a line, that point will make the equation of the line true. So if 4, 1 is on the line that we just created, if I substitute 4 and 1 for x and y, I should get a true equation. So let's do that. Y is 1, x is 4, and now let's just solve for b. So 1 equals -2 plus b, and then 3 equals b, or b is 3. So therefore the y-intercept is 3, and I can just go back and write y equals -1/2 x plus 3. And we can go back and check our answer too with the other point. That's always good to do. -1/2 times 8 would be -4, and -4 plus 3 is -1, so therefore that point works out well. Here's an equation where they already give you the slope. This is pretty much the same process as last time. It's just half the work is done for you. If I know the slope is -9, I can just start right off with y equals -9x plus b, and then substitute that point right in. Make sure you remember to substitute x in for x and y in for y. It's a common mistake because in a point x comes first, in the equation y comes first. So -7 equals -27 plus b, and b would be 20. So let's write the equation out. -9x plus 20. And here's one more example. Write an equation of a line that passes through the points. Okay, that's fine. So let's find the slope first. And so we get 4 minus -2 all over 5 minus 5. And that's 6 over 0, and that's a problem because the slope doesn't exist. There's no slope. Well, I can't plug no slope into an equation and solve. So this is one of those special cases we have to remember. If there's no slope, then that means what we have is a vertical line. And you can tell here because both x coordinates are the same. So we'd be looking at a line like this. Whoops, sorry, I completely missed the line where x equals 5, but you get the idea. And so when that's the case, we don't have any more work to do. We just need to know that a vertical line is defined by where it goes through x. And so in this case, if it was a better drawn line, the answer would simply be x equals 5. That would be a vertical line. If it was a horizontal line, if the slope was 0, we would end up with y equals some number. But that would actually play out in the equation. This doesn't, though, because of the slope not existing at all.